I love being a woman in agriculture, having the opportunity to empower young ladies that would like to start in the cattle industry, being able to represent 1/3 of the country's producers is amazing. My name is Giovanna Benitez, and I currently ranch in Edinburgh, Texas. My father purchased a 700-acre farm in central Hidalgo County in 2002. Before my father got into ranching, he used to own an auto electric shop and an auto parts store. When he married my mom, they would go through all these big ranches, and my mom and my dad will both say, one day we're gonna have a big ranch full of cattle. My mother and my brother passed away October 23rd of 1999, and after my mom passed away, my daddy decided to sell all of his businesses and purchase the ranch and follow my mom's dream. We have a very unique operation, starting by the name. It's called J-MAR, J-E for Jesus and M-A-R for Martha. When he purchased the farm, he had no experience, so what he did, he told the previous owner, I'm gonna purchase the farm from you, but I'm gonna lease it back for a year, and in that year, I'm gonna shadow you, and that's how I'm gonna learn. When he took possession of the farm, it was a row crop operation. No fences, no water troughs, no pens, nothing. In 2006, when Daddy decided to do the transition into the cattle industry, he had no experience with cattle. He would go work for free at the local feed yards and cow-calf operations in order for him to get the experience. I realized I had a passion for agriculture when I was 9 years old. That was when my father purchased the farm. I was either on a tractor, baling hay, or cutting. Driving a big John Deere tractor at 9 years old was awesome. Later on, when we did the transition into the cattle industry, I was sorting cattle, feeding cattle. I was about to graduate high school, and Daddy literally says, okay, it's your turn to handle the books. And I said, okay, in order for me to do a good job, I need to go into college and learn more about finance and economics. Like, what are we gonna do? So I decided to go to UTRGV in order to get a double major in finance and economics. When I graduated, I was like, I still need the ins and outs of the industry. But I cannot leave the range and go to A&M for 4 years because who's gonna help Daddy at the range? And I decided to enroll into the TCU Ranch Management program. I was literally in school, and I would get out of one of the classes and I would pick up the phone and call Daddy. Daddy, guess what? We need to modify this. This is what we need to do. Everything that I was learning over there, he was putting it into action at the range. So we made a really good team. Came back to the range after I graduated TCU, and during COVID, I had a little bit of free time in my hands, and I don't like to have free time. I decided to go to Oklahoma State University, and I got an online master's in international agriculture. At the range, it is my father and myself. We both do literally everything here. Our operation is very unique. We are able to adapt based on the market. Sometimes we decide that we would like to buy stockers. Other times we are gonna buy pairs, bred cows, or source cattle from Mexico. The biggest challenge that we're facing at the moment will be the water shortage. There's no water for farmers and ranchers to irrigate. We have 23 irrigation districts in the valley. We are fortunate that one of the districts where we belong has water. But we are not grazing cattle like we used to. We are trying to keep most of our cattle in the pens in order to save and give more life to that grass. Ranching in the Rio Grande Valley has been a blessing. We have a rich diversity of crops wherever you drive: corn, citrus, carrots. We use a wet ration that is composed by our nutritionist with local produce that has no more shelf life in order to have cheaper cost of gains. The produce varies depending on the season. In October, we're gonna have a lot of pumpkins. In the summer, we have a lot of watermelons and melons. So we usually test our ration every month in order for us to make adjustments in our ration. I love working with my dad every single day. I think that is something that I value a lot, something that I really appreciate. I lost my mom at a very young age, and my daddy became my best friend. My motivation every day is knowing that I'm not only living my dream, but I'm also pursuing my mom's dream. So waking up early in the morning, checking cattle, and doing everything with my father motivates me to keep on doing it every day.